From South Africa's groundbreaking nuclear power success to Ghana's reclaimed gold and Burkina Faso's bold resource reforms, Africa is taking control of its destiny. This is a continent proving that wealth, technology, and progress belong to its people, and the world is finally watching. In Africa, the idea of a nuclear project often sparks skepticism. Critics say it's risky, expensive, and unlikely to succeed. Yet South Africa has quietly achieved something remarkable: the 20-year life extension of the Cobberg nuclear power plant. This extension ensures that the plant will continue providing clean, reliable electricity until 2045, securing nearly 2 decades of energy stability for the nation. But this milestone is more than just an engineering feat. It's a statement to the world. Cobberg stands as the only nuclear facility on the continent, proving that Africa can operate one of the most sophisticated technologies on the planet. The approval wasn't automatic. Years of meticulous inspections, upgrades, and rigorous safety evaluations by the National Nuclear Regulator were required. Every component, from the reactor core to earthquake-resistant systems, was thoroughly assessed. Emergency response mechanisms, cooling systems, and radiation barriers underwent intensive testing. Only after meeting the highest international safety standards was the extension granted. With this decision, South Africa secured approximately 2,000 megawatts of dependable power, a critical buffer for a continent familiar with power shortages. Hospitals, factories, industries, and urban centers can now operate with confidence, knowing their energy supply is stable for decades. For years, analysts outside Africa doubted the continent's capacity to manage complex technology like nuclear energy. They assumed Africa lacked infrastructure, expertise, and operational discipline. Cobberg has shattered these misconceptions. Built in the 1980s, the plant has operated safely for over 4 decades, a record of consistency even many developed nations struggle to achieve. Its longevity reflects careful planning, technical expertise, and professional management rather than luck. Political changes, economic fluctuations, and energy crises have tested the plant, yet it remains one of the most reliable sources of power in Africa. The extension demonstrates that African engineers and regulators can perform at the highest global levels. Cobberg storage challenges the outdated stereotype that advanced technology is beyond Africa's reach. The scrutiny applied before the extension was exhaustive. Nuclear inspectors are among the world's strictest professionals. They do not compromise. Either a facility meets all criteria or it ceases operations. Cobberg not only passed every test, but exceeded expectations. Inspectors evaluated the reactor vessel, emergency preparedness, radiation safeguards, and personnel training. They reviewed maintenance records, operational data, and decades of performance reports. Many nuclear plants in Europe and North America fail such inspections initially, yet Cobberg succeeded, showcasing a culture of discipline and responsibility embedded in every process. Remarkably, both reactors at the plant, Unit 1 and Unit 2, received extensions. This is unusual as most facilities struggle to renew even one reactor without extensive upgrades. Cobberg managed back-to-back renewals through continuous technical improvement and rigorous safety assessments. This ensures South Africa has a fully secured nuclear facility supplying uninterrupted power for the next 20 years. In a country where energy shortages and load shedding are common, this achievement is priceless. Each unit generates hundreds of megawatts, combining for roughly 2,000 megawatts of reliable energy, a foundation that intermittent sources like solar and wind cannot guarantee. The extension also reflects meticulous maintenance and a workforce committed to excellence. Engineers, technicians, and managers have demonstrated precision and dedication, maintaining a culture of safety, accuracy, and discipline. Nuclear energy is inherently complex, and Cobberg's 2-unit extension proves that South Africa has mastered the operational culture necessary for consistent performance.
This reliability grants the nation breathing room to address broader energy challenges while stabilizing the grid. Unlike solar panels or wind turbines, nuclear power delivers consistent 24/7 electricity, independent of weather conditions. It forms the baseload power, the essential minimum supply that keeps cities, hospitals, factories, and infrastructure functioning. The value of baseload power cannot be overstated. Without it, even the most advanced renewable systems are vulnerable to disruption. Cobberg's 1,860 megawatts constant output ensures the country avoids the worst impacts of load shedding. Losing this capacity would cripple industries, halt businesses, and cost billions. Therefore, the 20-year extension represents more than engineering success. It's a national safeguard, preventing energy crises while the country builds new infrastructure and strengthens its grid.
This extension also provides the luxury of time, a critical resource. Building energy systems is a long-term endeavor. Solar farms, wind projects, battery storage, and transmission networks take years of planning and execution. Cobberg allows South Africa to implement these systems methodically, avoiding the chaos of rushed solutions. Engineers can develop advanced storage technologies, policymakers can strategize energy corridors, and investors can fund projects with confidence. The plant buys 2 decades to modernize the energy landscape thoughtfully and securely. Stable electricity underpins modern economies. When power is unreliable, investors hesitate, factories halt, and jobs vanish. The extended operation of Cobberg signals reliability and long-term planning to both local and global investors. Industries dependent on constant electricity, automotive, mining, chemical production, and high-tech sectors can plan decades ahead. Even emerging industries like green hydrogen or electric vehicle production benefit from this foundation. Investors gain certainty, reducing risk, and fostering economic growth, creating jobs and encouraging development. Equally significant is the human capital developed at Cobberg. Over 40 years, the plant has produced one of Africa's most skilled nuclear workforces. Engineers, technicians, operators, safety officers, and regulators have gained world-class expertise, making them among the continent's most respected professionals. Nuclear power isn't just about machinery. It's about a culture of precision, responsibility, and foresight. Cobberg has instilled these values in its workforce, creating excellence as standard practice. Many of these experts are now assisting other African nations in developing nuclear programs. Countries like Egypt, Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, and Rwanda are benefiting from the knowledge and training provided by the Cobberg model. Africa is no longer dependent solely on foreign expertise. It's cultivating its own nuclear talent pipeline. Cobberg's success has sparked a ripple effect across Africa. Previously, many countries deemed nuclear power too risky, complex, or costly. Observing South Africa's consistent performance has changed perceptions. Nations now see that nuclear technology is feasible within the continent. This confidence drives projects in Egypt, Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, Uganda, and Rwanda. Cobberg has illuminated the path, demonstrating that disciplined management, skilled personnel, and adherence to safety protocols can make nuclear energy viable in Africa. Egypt is constructing one of the world's largest nuclear plants. Nigeria explores small modular reactors for industrial development. Kenya has established a nuclear authority, while Ghana and Rwanda invest in research, training, and future partnerships. Cobberg serves as the blueprint, proof that Africa can implement complex, high-tech solutions successfully. The plant validates that Africa can operate advanced technology with discipline, precision, and excellence. The message is clear. Africa is ready. Not someday, not in a distant future, right now. African engineers and regulators have developed expertise in nuclear science, safety, and operations. This demonstrates that Africa is capable not only of managing nuclear plants, but also of handling robotics, aerospace, big data, medical research, and other advanced technologies.
Perhaps most importantly, Cobberg has dismantled psychological barriers. Africans no longer need to assume that high technology is solely a foreign domain. The continent can innovate, lead, and define its energy destiny. Africa's electricity demand is growing rapidly, often outpacing global averages. Renewable sources alone cannot yet meet this demand. Solar and wind depend on weather. Hydroelectric power depends on rainfall. Gas requires imports. Nuclear power provides stable, consistent energy, unaffected by climate, ensuring that factories, cities, hospitals, and economies function reliably. With nuclear energy, Africa can transition from exporting raw materials to manufacturing finished products, such as electric vehicles, batteries, robotics, and digital technologies. Continuous electricity is critical for this shift, enabling industrialization, job creation, and domestic value retention. Nuclear energy also supports clean development. Coupled with renewables, it offers a low-carbon, reliable energy mix that balances growth and environmental responsibility. Countries embracing nuclear power unlock stable, long-term growth opportunities. Reliable electricity underpins every sector. Factories, businesses, investors, and advanced manufacturing all thrive on stability. This allows African nations to produce electronics, vehicles, solar panels, and batteries domestically, generating skilled employment and retaining wealth within the continent. Additionally, nuclear reduces dependence on imported fuels. Many African countries currently spend billions on diesel, oil, and gas to maintain grid stability. Nuclear power minimizes this reliance, enhancing economic independence, strengthening currencies, and improving national security. Stable, low-cost energy makes Africa globally competitive, attracting technology firms, manufacturers, and innovation centers. This is how the continent can rise decisively, leveraging nuclear energy as a backbone for industrialization, sustainability, and technological advancement. South Africa's Cobberg nuclear plant isn't just a facility, it's a lifeline. Its 20-year extension ensures nearly 2,000 megawatts of stable electricity, keeping hospitals, factories, and cities running. For decades, many doubted Africa could manage advanced technology, but Cobberg has proven otherwise. Every safety check, from earthquake resistance to emergency systems, was meticulously passed. Both reactors earned long-term extensions, something rare even globally. This stability gives South Africa precious time to plan renewable energy projects, modernize the grid, and train the next generation of engineers. Investors gain confidence knowing power is reliable for decades. Industries can expand, and the economy strengthens. Cobberg isn't just electricity, it's knowledge, discipline, and expertise built over 40 years, now spreading across Africa. Countries like Egypt, Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, and Rwanda are learning from this model, inspired to build their own nuclear programs.
With nuclear power providing constant, climate-independent energy, Africa can shift from exporting raw materials to producing finished goods, creating skilled jobs, reducing dependence on foreign fuels, and strengthening national economies. Cobberg shows that Africa can lead, innovate, and secure its energy future. Africa's journey with nuclear power is more than technology. It is a statement of capability and ambition. With Cobberg operating reliably for another 20 years, South Africa has shown that advanced energy systems are not out of reach for the continent. African engineers, technicians, and regulators have mastered a culture of precision, discipline, and safety. This expertise now spreads beyond borders, helping countries like Egypt, Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, and Rwanda to pursue nuclear programs with confidence. Nuclear power is not just about electricity. It is about stability, sovereignty, and economic empowerment. Steady, round-the-clock energy allows factories to run without interruption, data centers to operate reliably, and cities to thrive. It enables Africa to move from exporting raw materials to manufacturing high-tech products, batteries, electric vehicles, robotics, and more. keeping value and jobs on the continent. Reduced dependence on imported fuels strengthens national security, improves economies, and builds investor confidence. Cobberg's success is a lesson. Africa can achieve world-class standards. It proves that the continent can handle complex, high-stakes systems that demand discipline, knowledge, and long-term planning. More importantly, it breaks the psychological barrier. Africans no longer need to believe that advanced technology is exclusive to developed nations. Africa can innovate, Africa can lead, and Africa can shape its own destiny. As African nations embrace nuclear energy, a new era unfolds. Countries are not merely catching up, they are setting a path for modern, sustainable, and self-reliant growth. The Cobberg model is a beacon, showing that with vision, courage, and expertise, Africa can secure its energy future, strengthen its economies, and empower its people. Nuclear power is now a tool of liberation, development, and pride. It is the foundation on which Africa's future will rise, stable, strong, and fully in the hands of its own people.